And here we finally are, the final SHEcember Sketchup. And one of my favorite subjects of 2017 was this alt model, which basically just means they have tattoos and do modeling, was Makani Terror. She was one of them that I used as a baseline to measure my artistic skills and abilities and see how I was getting better, and I really like how these 2 days different turned out. I believe I drew her around Christmas time, 2 separate days. You'll see me making I think it was either 6 or 7 sketches, different poses, different modeling shoots she did. A few I had used different shots from similar shots from different vantage points that I used earlier in this year. I know one was her with that lead sled rocking the rockabilly look. I believe that's one of the last ones, so we'll get around to it when we get around to it. But that's going to do it for SHEcember, pretty much. I'll have a couple last catch-up videos this coming Wednesday, and that'll wrap up SHEcember, which was an incredible month. Thank you so much to Marsh getting this together, doing this for the second year in a row. I'm really looking forward to doing it next year. I picked up so much drawing the female figure for 31 days straight. Finding 31 different models and a few different poses for each of them was madness, pretty much. Just crazy. And that's another thing I want to talk about. There's a lot of discussion in the art world right now about burnout and making sure you don't go over your limit and everything else like that. But I think as I'm speaking of my own accord, I'm not calling anybody out or anything like this. This is stuff that I've noticed on my own, but I feel like you have to constantly find your limit. And it's easier for older artists that have been in the business for 10, 15 years to say, maybe not, maybe don't go so hard, don't make sure you take care of your everything. But I think that's something you have to kind of pick up along the way. I think you have to constantly grind. I think you have to do all-nighters. I think you have to find a good balance that works for yourself, because no one's balance works for no other person. I can find myself doing all-nighters, or I can wake up at 4 o'clock and grind all day and be passed out by 7, 8 p.m. It's all a matter of perspective and what you're doing alongside all of that. And I believe, I want to say it's a Bruce Lee quote that he never feared the man who practiced 10,000 strikes once, but the man who practiced one strike 10,000 times. And I think that's so inspirational, considering we're all working to become masters of our own craft, and that takes 10,000 pages. You're not going to start enjoying your artwork until you get those 10,000 pages in. I want to say I'm around 200 maybe for my comic series, but that grind is real. And if you want to get better, you have to put in the time, you have to put in the work for it. And you're gonna burn out along the way. I know there was like a 2-month period last year that I didn't upload any videos. I wasn't doing too much art. I was sticking with my sketches, but that was about it. And it had became a point where I was using the sketches as a way to divert attention that I wasn't working on anything, and I've suffered for it. I launched a Kickstarter prematurely for issue 8, and I'm still scrambling to finish up the 8th issue right now. and I've promised to do the 9th issue as well, and I'm trying to find the time for all that, but I'm also trying to figure out how to keep continuing growing as an artist. I do my daily sketches yet. I'm still grinding away on these pages, but it's finding that balance, and it's not something that can be taught or told, because I think a lot of us artists are headstrong and like nobody knows us better than we do, so we're gonna burn out. We're gonna crash and burn a lot of times. I see so many people doing the 100-day challenge, and that's an amazing challenge to do. It put me on the path that I'm on 3 years ago now. I was talking about it on Artcasters a couple nights ago, and seeing all the people doing the 100s challenge right now is so inspiring. I think Jan mentioned he was thinking about doing it too, and you have Chris McQuinlan just started it up. Holly Brown has been doing it for a couple weeks. Joshua Campbell has been doing it for a couple weeks. Mike's talking about doing it again. I think in the Artcasters last week, Abe was thinking maybe he would do it. I'm even kind of contemplating figuring out how to do it. I think I have a way. I spoke on Artcasters how I would love to do it digital, but I think I have the project that would work the best for it. It would be a cooperative effort with another artist. They would be writing the book, I would be drawing the book. I've mentioned it a couple times in the past, but I haven't really gotten into the details, but I'm going to check with him and see if he'd be cool with me talking about it and showing the work as I do it and build up support while we try and hash these pages out. But yeah, it's something I want to do. It's something I want to look into. I want to look into getting my comics on Tapas. But I have to start focus firing projects. I have to get 8 finished. I really want to get 9. I really want to sit down and get 9 worked on and settled. I want to get that. I want to get 9 finished so I can get through the second trade and putting that together, and along with the 10th issue. This year I'm going to try pushing hard, and I'm going to push as hard as I possibly can without breaking. But I mean, I'm definitely looking towards running that risk of burning out, because I want to push myself harder than I have. This is what I was thinking earlier in the video when I was saying 6 or 7 drawings. I remember I redid her face for this first sketch for the second day. That one looks the most like her, and like it was a thing where I had to study those sketches I did on the first day to realize the proportions of her face a little bit better. And it's something I picked up on when I redid Joy from Blade Runner, is I sometimes miss the proportions by just a little, and it looks like somebody else completely different. So taking the time, slowing down, looking at what you're doing, not giving up, but putting down the pencil and looking for a few more seconds to see where those lines connect, where they lead to, can make all the difference. And even if you burn out, I mean, openly talk about it, because we are all artists. We all experience, I feel like it, and knowing that you're not alone on this battle is something that is more helpful than more people give credit to. And like, I know I burned out, but I wasn't talking about it, and then I saw a few others that were burning out around me, and it's like, I understand. I know I have to put my nose to the grindstone, but I've got to be ready to put my nose to the grindstone. So that's what I'm going to be doing this year. That's what I'm going to be focusing on. And it feels good to be ending SHEcember with this Sketchup, talking about this too, because all of this culminated with this last challenge for 2017, and figuring out how to draw the female figure better was one of the goals of last year, and I feel like I really accomplished it. This year is all about getting streaming on Twitch, so look forward to that. The videos do get a lot better. I'm excited to be leaving these ones behind now that I have the lamp set up, the rigging working well. Thank you all for your time watching these SketchUp videos. January SketchUp videos I'm going to probably limit to 4, and then going forward for a month along with 4 catch-ups. So look forward to that. I hope you enjoyed these SHEcember videos, and I'm looking forward to making a challenge month. So throw some suggestions down below, and we'll figure out what a month we should do together. Later.